Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions video. This is going to be Major Changes number 20. In this video we're going to go over a few things. We're going to go over the roads and signals that I put up in Wikcinberg. Excuse me. Some of the structures got a little bit more stuff done to them, not very much, but we did do a little bit to them. I'm going to show you that Fertizona has a new home. I'm going to show you all the fascia that we completed this past week, George and I. I'm going to show you what I'm doing on my cement plant. And I also have a couple of requests. One from Tom of Tom's Trains and Things, and the other from Curtis Hunt. There will also be a VBS scratch build in this video. I just want to let you guys know that as of Major Changes number 21, my layout progress will come to a screeching halt. And the reason for that is because I just can't afford it. Now, I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. The favor is going to be those little ads you see down at the bottom of my videos. I would appreciate it if you guys click on those ads, because if you click on it, I get paid for it. It's a thing that Google and YouTube has going. It's called AdSense, and I've been doing almost 500 videos and more than 2,000 subscribers, and I haven't gotten a penny from them yet, and it's because people just don't click on those advertisements. So I would appreciate it, really appreciate it, if you guys would go ahead and click on those ads and help me continue building my layout. So stay tuned, and we'll get back to the update right away. Alright guys, I had a special request from Curtis. He wanted to know if I had a master track plan. Well, yes I do. This is it right here. This is called the Peine sub, and it starts way down here. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. Hold on. Which is Phoenix, is down here. And we'll travel up, and here's Wikcinberg. And we'll travel further up, and we got Skull Valley here, and then the Hells Canyon bridges will be right here, and Ash Fork was my original stopping point, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and do this little leg right here to Williams. This entire trip is between 195 and 200 miles of track time. Anyhow, Curtis, I hope this helps you out on your question. Thanks for asking it, and I appreciate your comment. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright guys, this part of the video is for Tom of Tom's Trains and Things. He wanted to see the LEDs that I mentioned in my last video. Well Tom, here they are. And I don't have them lit up right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the rest of the lights in the room and turn on just the LEDs, and you can see what they look like. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be right back. Alright Tom, these are the LEDs lit up. I don't have any other lights on in the room, and as you can see it lights up pretty good. I am going to put a second string under there just to give it a little bit more light. I feel it's just a bit too dark. But anyhow, just wanted to give you that little update on these LED lights. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, we're going to start this off in train room number 2 in the Wikcinberg area again. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing that. But anyhow, before we get started, I want to know what's taking the Wikcinberg Fire Department so long to get this mess cleaned up. Hey Joe, get you guys on the ball. Talk to you later. Alright, let's swing around here nice and slow. And first off, you know I already did the main road that goes down. These buildings I'm probably going to do over. I don't like the way they came out. So as you can see, they still are roofless. I added a road here with a signal, and that will eventually be working. And these guys here I gave temporary roofs to because I got tired of looking at them without roofs on it. And there's my clock. I found out that it is black, so I'll be painting that black. The problem I'm going to have is getting a faceplate for it. They are Roman numerals, black on white face. So if anybody has the ambition to try and do it for me, I would appreciate it. Anyhow, the second road here, same thing. Again, I'm using the highways and byways graphics. Another signal there. This guy also got a temporary roof. And then this will be the third road with another crossing signal. Maintenance depot and a maintenance away will be there. And I'll be storing in the back at least one of those trains, either my executive train or my maintenance away train. I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, I didn't go really too far in this video because the main work that we're doing today is in room number 1. And as soon as I get you there, you'll see what's going on. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're in train room number 1 again, and the progress for this past week with George's help was we got fascia all the way around on the bottom level, remounted my face plates and my throttle holders all the way back there, and that one used to be tan, so it got repainted. Okay, and so now come back this way and move up to the second level, and that also has fascia all the way around. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but that line right there, oh, wait a minute, hold on, come on, focus. Don't want to focus. Anyhow, there's a line that goes from this edge right here, and it follows up there. You can probably see it now, and it goes up to there, and that's going to be sloping down into the ravine that I'm going to have here, and then it'll be sloping up on that side also. All the scenery here is going to be flat out to the fascia. The same thing on that side. We'll have some couple of hills up in here, and then we get to our bridges. And as we go further around is where the cement plant's going to be. And if you stick around, I'll show you some of the stuff I'm doing on the cement plant also. Anyhow, let's get on with the rest of this video, and we'll see what other stuff we can get into. So stay tuned and we will be right back. And I really don't know why my camera keeps going out of focus. Alright guys, another thing we got planned for this room is, you know that this guy right here is going to be the Matthew Y. That goes out to Parker, California, way down that end, and that's probably another 200-mile trip. But anyhow, I decided that I am going to go for the next level up here and make that the leg that goes out to Williams for the interchange to the BNSF Transcon. I just want to let you guys know that it is in the plans, so stay tuned and I will be back shortly. Alright guys, this is the space I have available for my cement factory that I'm going to be putting in here. But before we get into that, let me show you how the track plan is going to go. We're going to come off the bridge right here, and there's going to be a turnout right there. If it goes right, it'll come along the main line, and then there'll be a siding right here that will go all the way around and follow it up, and the end of the siding will be right there, and then it will go across the bridge. Anyhow, to get back down here, hang on a minute guys, be right back. Alright, I had to reposition my stool that I'm standing on, but anyhow, this turnout here, will be the lead into the cement plant, and it'll come around here, in between here, and it will connect up here, and it will continue on through, and the other end of it will be right there, and that gives a long enough space for a nice sized train to fit in there. And as we come back this way, there will be two stub end tracks here, one for incoming product and one for outgoing product. Anyhow, if you stay tuned, I did do some mock-ups on this, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's some of the mock-ups I've done so far on my cement plant. I'll show you some pictures of all these structures so you'll get an understanding of what's going on. But that big fat one back there, that's going to be one of the tanks, and the one next to it will be another tank, and then this short building right there, well, actually it's not too short, it's pretty long. Then in the back here, I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually be to model, because I really don't have enough room to get everything in there, especially the heart, which is these guys right here, because that's where all the heat and mixing and all that kind of stuff gets done. Anyhow, I'll do my best to see how much I can get done. There's a lot of detail in here, so this is not going to be an overnight project. I will continue this project as time and money allows, but in the meanwhile, I did do some plastic mock-ups, and I'll show you what that looks like coming up next. Alright guys, as you'll see, I got a couple of the buildings mocked up in plastic right now. This is the first building I did, and when you see the pictures, you'll see that it's actually a lot smaller than what is the prototype. And I've got the back building also mocked up, and a couple of the small buildings, one right there and one right there. These square deals right here represent the open towers that I need to build, which is going to be a fun project, I think. I don't know if I'll be doing a how-to on it. I probably will, but we'll see. Anyhow, let's see what else we can do. Be back in a few minutes. Bye. Alright guys, welcome back to my layout and update. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to build a couple of these for the Little Hells Canyon Bridge, which is this guy. I can't see going out and spending $35 just to get these guys, and to me they seem to be a bit out of scale. So I'm going to show you how I construct one of these guys. It's a first time build for me, so we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this bridge right here, the Little Hells Canyon Bridge, is part of the 2% incline. So I have to make jigs different sizes to accommodate the incline. I already did the first one, and I already put the first one together, and I'll show you that in a little bit. How I do this. Okay, so I know that this one was 42 feet, and I measured the next section over, which is 40 feet from center to center. That's going to be 42 feet. So I drew my line down at 42 feet, and I want a 20-foot base, so I put a 20-foot base down here, and at the top I want an 8-foot base. The next thing I do is I'll just cut a couple pieces of styrene and lay them on the outside of the line, And then I will be using this number 274 I-beam for the main structure, and for the ones that connect it together, I will be using this number 275. It's a little more stout, and I think it'll give a bit more support. Anyhow, let's begin with this. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and secure these to this board right here. And I'm going to be using jet. This is a medium and it's pretty runny. So when I do the structure, as I found out when I did the first one, that it ran past here and actually got stuck to the template. So anyhow, just a couple of drops here. And I'll hold it in place. And pardon my head if you see my head. It's important that you get these pretty much where you want them before they actually stick down. Okay, that's one. And I do have it cut on the angles at the top and bottom. And we'll do the other side. And we'll go ahead and put this guy down. The lighting here is terrible. Need to get some better lighting. Okay, so basically that's going to be my template. The next thing I'm going to do is when that glue dries right there, I will take my I-beam and I'll just place them inside there, and I will secure it. I will secure these to the board with a piece of masking tape, just so they don't move during the process. Anyhow, let's let this glue dry up and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Bye. Alright guys, now that my guides are down here, I already cut out my I-beams and stuck them inside and taped them down. The next step is to secure my bottom and my top beams, and we'll let that dry up and then we'll see how we go from there. I'm going to be using, like I said, this Gorilla Glue. It's a lot thicker, and the bottle says shake well, so I'll do that. And we'll pour a little bit out on this little piece of wood that I've got here. And close that up. And we'll use my trusty little toothpick to apply the glue. This stuff is really thick, guys. And the reason why I'm using it is because when I did the first one, the liquid kind of went through and it stuck it to the board, and I had a little bit of a problem getting it off without breaking it, but I got it off. Now I'm putting a lot of glue on here because the gluing surface on these I-beams is not that great, so I'll let that set up for a minute and then we'll do the top one and then we'll see how we look. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is what I've got so far. It's A-frame basically is what it is, and now I'm going to add my X bracing, and for that I'm going to use this 134 strip styrene. This is a prototype. I'm just going to put it on there just to see how it looks and how it works. I will be using angle irons for the cross pieces and all that kind of stuff when I'm ready to actually build this. So I'll go ahead and put these cross braces on and we'll be back shortly. I forgot to mention, these little guys that are down here, I'm going to be putting them in the channels of the I-beam so the X bracing will have a good secure place, because like I said, these I-beams really don't have a very good gluing surface. So anyhow, now that that's said, let me get on with this and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, that's the way it looks when it's got the cross braces on and all that kind of good stuff. The next thing I'm going to start doing is getting it ready to add the second piece to it. Again, I'm going to use the Gorilla Glue because it is thicker and I had a little bit of success with that. And again, these don't have very much of a gluing surface, so I may have to put some gussets on here to make it work. Anyhow, I'm going to put the glue on there like that, and I'm going to use, let me back this out a bit, the other back out, there you go. I'm going to use the glass as my 90 degree, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and stick it inside the other one that's there, and we'll give that a second to set up. Try and keep this guy plumb. And I know this is boring, it's like watching paint dry, so I'll bring you back when I get these bottom ones in, and then we'll do the same thing for the second layer. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, this is the finished product of my bridge supports. As you can see, they came out pretty good. Basically, once you get these guys done, it's just a matter of adding your cross beams here and then your X bracing. These are two different sizes because, like I mentioned earlier, that they do follow the grade. So this side here is lower than this side. Anyhow, this was a pretty fun project. It didn't take me very long, and total cost was about $8 or $9 to buy the steel beams that I didn't have in my possession. Anyhow, give me a few minutes and I'll show you what this is going to look like on the layout, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, that's what the little Hell's Canyon bridge is going to look like when it is completed and the scenery is done around it. As you can see, at each end I will be building abutments, and it is exactly what's going to be in Big Hell's Canyon. Well, Hell's Canyon anyhow. Anyhow, I just thought I'd show you guys the rest of this, how it's going to look, and so on and so forth. Stay tuned and we'll see what other kind of trouble we can get into. Be right back. Alright guys, the next thing I'm going to get into is, if you guys have been watching this all along, you know that my Fertizona plant was supposed to be up here. Well, it really wasn't prototypical in that spot, so I decided to move it. But anyhow, I reclassified this area as Castle Hot Springs, as you guys know if you've been watching my videos. So anyhow, this will just be kind of like open desert, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 mobile homes sitting on there, just as it is in the prototype. Anyhow, stay tuned and I'll show you Fertizona's new home. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, since Fertizona wasn't in a prototypical spot in the other room, I decided to put it in another unprototypical spot. This is going to be right across from Western Refining and Mariani. I thought it would just be a better place for it. It fits the area perfect. What used to be there was the scrapyard, and the scrapyard is easier to move around, so I decided I'll put that somewhere else. Anyhow, hope you guys and gals enjoyed this little update. As always, your questions, comments, input, and subs are welcome. For now, that's all folks. BNSF 6951 out.